Warm greetings, everyone. Thank you. Hello, it's an honour for me to be here today to join you at the Global Citizen Now and to tell you more about the realities of environmental activists and why that by prioritising their safeties, we need to safeguard our planet. I'd also like to pay acknowledgement to the land that we're on and the traditional owners of the land, and also to my elders who have paved the way for me to understand my role as a caregiver to our Mother Earth. Environmental defenders tirelessly safeguard the front lines of our planet, often at great personal risk, yet their sacrifices frequently go unrecognised and their voices are largely missing from the global decision making. This is why Indigenous Peoples' Rights International's main priority is to safeguard Indigenous peoples and environmental defenders. We know that their role as carers to the Mother Earth. Our recent report by the Global Witness revealed that at least 1,770 defenders were killed in 2023, meaning more than 1,900 individuals were targeted and killed for their activism from 2012 and 2022. Environmental defenders globally are facing increased violence and increasing criminalisation as a means of silencing their voices, and governments must call for action to protect them and uphold their obligations under the UN Convention guidelines, which calls for their protection. Instead of viewing environmental defenders as adversaries, governments must see them as allies and a shared interest to protect our planet. This means fostering an engagement at every level, from local communities to global forums like the COPE, Conference of the Parties. Despite this significant contribution to climate change and holding powerful entities accountable, environmental defenders are often excluded from these key global discussions. It's time for the government to contribute a human rights approach throughout all phases of climate change, and their voices must not be silent, not invisible, and they must be at the table. This approach should recognise and address the link between climate crisis and the escalating violence and reputation faced by the environmental defenders. By empowering defenders through increased visibility and active participation, we can foster a safer and more inclusive space where everyone can contribute to holding a sustainable future, which we know is important. We must have that protection for our environmental defenders because we know the land is life and water is life. Without water, there is no life. Indigenous Peoples' Rights International put the call out with the call to action to address the Federal Government of Australia to increase protection to Indigenous peoples and environmental defenders at home, and a call for protection across the Asia Pacific. We, Indigenous Peoples' Rights, call on governments to acknowledge the role of Indigenous peoples and environmental defenders and guarantee their participations at climate talks, including COPE, as well as on any other table that we should be sitting at as environmental defenders. We also must ask audience to share the global petition by the Global Citizen. Thank you all very much. This is an important work that we do in the Indigenous Peoples' Rights, and it is an honour to be here, especially to listen to you. I'm so overwhelmed by all of you, and also in particular the young people. You are our future, you have a vision for that future, and you are going to be the voice for the future. Don't stay invisible, use your voice to advocate for the rights of Indigenous people. We are the traditional owners of the land, we know our medicine, and also understand that water is life. Thank you very much.